Hello children, welcome to grade 7 English channel. This is unit 4, Great Expeditions. Let me ask a question from you. What do you mean by expeditions? It is to travel for the purpose of discovery. In other words, a journey organized for a particular purpose. Have you heard about the sinking of the Titanic? Well, I will be reading you a text regarding the sinking of Titanic. Just go through activity 1. You find a text about the sinking of the Titanic, but they are not in the correct order. Listen to the track very carefully and then number the paragraphs. Now I start reading. Track 6. Titanic was the biggest, fastest and most luxurious liner of its time in April 1912. The ship set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton in Great Britain to New York. It was making good progress across the Atlantic when, on the night of Sunday, 14th April, 5 days after setting out, it hit an iceberg. A telegram was sent saying that the ship needed help. The ship went down within 3 hours of hitting the iceberg. It sank nearly 4 kilometers to the bottom of the ocean. Some passengers managed to escape, but there weren't enough lifeboats to save everyone. While the passengers in the lifeboats were desperately trying to survive the freezing temperatures, the nearest ship, the Carpathia, had answered Titanic's call for help and was heading at full speed to rescue them. It took the Carpathia 4 hours to reach the place where the ship had sunk. On Tuesday, 16th April, the headlines in the newspaper read, "Titanic sunk, no lives lost, and all Titanic passengers are safe." However, by the following morning, it was clear that more than 1,500 people had died and that only about 700 passengers had survived. Now you have listened to the track 6. I want you to number the correct order. The first one, letter E, that is, Titanic was the biggest, fastest and most luxurious liner of its time. In April 1912, the ship set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton in Great Britain to New York. We have discussed the first paragraph. Now it's time for you to prepare and number the correct order. Let's move to activity 2. Answer these questions. What was the Titanic? Read the text carefully. You could find the correct answer in the text. Underline the correct answer. Number 2. When did it set sail on the maiden voyage? Remember, it is asking about the time. It can be the day, year, or hours. Number 3. Where was it sailing from and to? Remember, you ought to discuss. Mention 2 places. Where was it sailing from and to? The next. Why did the ship sink? So when it comes for the question word why, you should definitely give the reason. Remember, you should not forget to answer using the word because. Number 5. How long did it take for the Titanic to sink? There again, this particular question focuses on the timing. Number 6. Why didn't all the passengers manage to escape? So there again, you've got to discuss to give reason why didn't all the passengers manage to escape. Seventh one, what was the Carpathia and what part did it play in the story? So you have to describe, you have to mention what Carpathia is and what part did it play in the story. The last one, when did the world learn the truth about the Titanic? So there again, they are asking you about the time, maybe the year, the day. Let's move on to activity 5. This is another track where you got to listen to it very carefully. Track number 7. Answer the questions. Listen to it at least twice and then answer the following questions. How would you summarize Joe's view, Tanya's view and Patrick's view about exploring the wreck and bringing back objects from it? So in this particular question, there are 4 people taking part. One is the interviewer who is the presenter and the other 3 are the interviewees who give their own point of view regarding the exploration of the wreck and bringing back objects from it. According to Joe's point of view, which is already written in italic, Joe thinks that it's all right to explore the wreck because it brings the story to life and helps you understand it. Now you have to write the point of view of Tanya's and also Patrick's. All 3 interviewees have different ideas. They express their opinion in different ways. Listen to the track carefully so that you could summarize it using your own words, but make sure you do not damage the meaning or what they have told. Next, question number 2. What's Patrick's view on adventure tourism and people visiting the wreck? Patrick tells his point of view in a different way. He tells that it is not at all necessary for the people to visit. Instead, he thinks it's better to do a virtual trip on a computer. Number 3. What do Joe and Tanya think about the wedding that took place on the deck of the Titanic? Now the ship is already being sunk and a wedding has been taken place on the deck. Tanya dislikes it because she thinks it's her great-great-grandparents' grave. But when it comes to Joe, Joe thinks that's fine to take a wedding, but then they should make sure that they do not damage or make any changes on the wreck. What do you think of this? Do you agree with what Joe tells Tanya or Patrick? Answer the following questions, number 1, number 2 and number 3 in your grammar writing book. Let's recall the tenses. This is tense revision. Which verb tense is used in each sentence below? Starting with number 1. In April 1912, the ship set sail on its maiden voyage. Look at the letters which are written in red. Under which tense does it come? Well, you're correct. It is past simple. The second, it was making good progress across the Atlantic. Under which tense does it come? Remember to note, you could find here ing. So obviously it is something to deal with continuous form. It was making. Can you guess what the answer is? Yes, it is past continuous form. Third one, a telegram was sent saying that the ship needed help. Under which tense does it come? Sent. So here it is past simple passive. Fourth one, it took the Carpathia 4 hours to reach the place where the ship had sunk. Had sunk. Under which tense does it come? It's past perfect simple. Remember, when it comes for perfect tense, definitely you use has, have and had. And when it is past perfect simple, remember to note we use the term had. The next, we have struck an iceberg. Under which tense does it come? You're correct. It is present perfect. Now there is another task given to you. That is, you are going to maintain a project. This is about great expedition. Turn to page number 35. That's in your course book. Activity 6. You have to write this in your journal. And this is the task. You are going to research and write about a great expedition. It can be a recent expedition or one from a long time ago. When it comes for great expeditions long time ago, just guess what the picture depicts. So many expeditions, many explorings took place in Africa. Can you identify who this person is? Captain Cook, Zheng He, Marco Polo, Ferdinand Magellan, Christopher Columbus. These are few examples where I've shown the great people who did great things to this world. Now let's explore and find out great expeditions which are relevant to the recent findings. Can you guess who this person is? Well, this is Ed Stafford. He is a British explorer who made a Guinness record, who walked along the Amazon River. The next, Bernard Day, Frederick Hooper. So there are so many great explorers who did great expeditions long time ago and also recently. Now your task is to select either a long time ago explorer or a recent one. Which one are you going to choose? Let me recap what your task is going to be. Take out your course book, turn to page number 35, activity 6. Remember, you've got to write the particular project in your journal. This is the task. You are going to research and write about a great expedition. It can be a recent expedition or one from a long time ago. So now I have already shown a few pictures about great explorers, but you could go for better ones. You could browse the internet, get the help from your parents, and complete the project. So now we have come to the end of our lesson. What we are learning next? Chike's dream come true and the reviews. So keep watching and we'll meet very soon. Thank you very much for watching my video.